Hi, I'm Dawn Stevens, and this is Tina Jo's Promise Horse Rescue. We started this a number of years ago. Tina Jo and I moved down here to Baja. We're about 100 miles south of San Diego, south of Ensenada, about 10 miles, and near La Bufadora. We moved here to retire, but we started seeing animals in need, animals that were suffering. So we were able to obtain possession of this property, and we found a horse that had been horribly abused. So I couldn't let him just stay there tied to the side of the road, so I bought him and brought him here. Now, I want you to know that every animal that has come here, with the exception of one, we have had to purchase. People just don't let you take their animals. I have bought a horse dying on the side of the road, brought them here by trailer so that they could die knowing people love them. And we've never regretted any amount of money we've spent for a horse that only lives for a day or a few hours or the rest of their lives. This is Hercules. He's a retired racehorse, and he was injured in his last race. So he was not a very good riding horse and was being abused quite a bit by different people trying to turn him into a good riding horse. So we brought him here, and he knows a few tricks, and he's just living out the rest of his days. He's a nice riding horse. Right now he's a little thin. We're trying to put some weight back on him. And if you can see over there, there's a really light gray horse. Her name's Izzy. She was born blind, so she will live her entire life here on the ranch. And the man that owned her was going to turn her loose in the mountains with the rest of his horses, where she could fall off a cliff, be attacked by a coyote. So we keep her here. That's Atticus, the beautiful horse that's looking over the fence right there. He's a rescue. He was being sold for meat, and I found out about him. His tongue is cut in half from someone using a piece of wire as a bit. He's got injuries, all old injuries all over his body. But I have to tell you that he has the biggest heart of any horse I've ever met in my life. He trusts people, and I don't know how, but he does. And my favorite book as a child was To Kill a Mockingbird, and I had looked for an Atticus after Atticus Finch for many years, and that is my Atticus. So that's Zorro. He has a head injury. He was kicked in the head young, and he's a sweet horse, but when he doesn't know what to do, he turns in a circle to the right. This is Jem. He's a cattle horse from Ojos Negros over the mountains. He was being retired. He came here. We just have story after story after story of the animals here. You might hear the donkeys behind you. Why do we have donkeys? Well, people around here like to round up wild donkeys, load them in a trailer almost on top of each other, and sell them for meat. Well, it turns out that the two females at different times gave birth in the pen just the night before they were to be killed. Fortunately, a wonderful man that works there called his wife, who called my worker at the time, and we were able to go buy just the mama and the baby. They wouldn't sell us any other ones, and then 6 months later it happened again. But because of the car ride and everything, the trailer ride, getting to the kill pen, the baby was premature and she didn't live. So we have two mamas and a baby. I have a 6-year-old son, and he helped name them. So they're Elsa and Dory. So you kids' movies. So anyway, we have 8 goats over there that are castrated males that would be nothing but burritos or birria. So they stay here. They'll live out their life eating organic vegetables. All of these dogs here are rescued. This one is Skylar. Skylar! He was a small little hairless dog that we found on the side of the road at about 5 weeks old. He's a Bob Marley fan. You can tell from his dreadlocks. And another one of the mama dogs that we rescued, that's her baby, as is that one over there. So they all have stories. They're all rescues. They all get along. They know that they're in paradise compared to where they were. We're a nonprofit organization. We are registered in the United States. We accept donations. We're starting a resort that's tied to the rescue, Sano Bay Resort, to bring people down here to help them see, first of all, the beauty of Mexico, and as importantly, what kind of suffering happens here and how they can help, and what rescued animals can really have a wonderful life. So again, we're about 100 miles south of San Diego in Baja California. If you look on the map and find Ensenada, and one of the 8 natural blowholes in the world, La Bufadora, is just up the road. So we get a lot of people coming here to visit, and then kind of stumbling upon us and finding out the work that we do here. So it's my source of rescue. It's where I came to end my days, so I don't ever plan to leave to go back to the States. My purpose here is to minimize, reduce the suffering, and our goal and our byline is Tina Jo's Promise, where suffering is a thing of the past. We spend our lives and a lot of time, effort, and money making sure that the animals here don't suffer anymore.